Good morning, everyone. Day 988. Walking 5 miles per day, every single day at age 67 and a half. Still coming to you from gorgeous Tucson, Arizona. Look at that sunrise off my right shoulder. Jesus, place. The beauty of this walk is when I start, it's dead, pitch black, dark. And by the time I get to the 2.5 mile point, that's what's popping up. And then I turn around and go back. Crazy. Anyway, I talk about comments all the time because they are what drive me. But every now and then I'll get some that aren't so encouraging, or I'm not going to go as far as to say they're hate, but David Goggins says, when you start to become a content creator and you start getting some traction, you're going to grab haters. You're going to find people that either just don't understand, they're envious, or they're just miserable in their own lives, and they're going to throw hate at you. Now, these three cases, they're not that, okay? I know the hate's coming. It's just a matter of time. But I want to address these three comments because they're, a couple of them just need to be addressed, and one of them sort of technical. So the first one is technical. One person posted, and all these are from YouTube, by the way, which is really surprising. Most of my comments are coming from TikTok, but I'll take it. This person says, "Why does your hand look deformed with the invisible selfie stick?" Well, my first question is, did you catch what I was saying? Or were you focusing on my hand? That would be my first question. I use an Insta360 X5 camera. It has a lens on the front facing away from me and the lens on the back, which is pointing at me. So it's filming at 360 degrees, and I can manipulate the edit any way I want. Well, the software stitches out the selfie stick. And depending on how I'm holding my hand, and I don't focus on my hand, I just hold the camera. I just don't. Depending on how I hold my hand, sometimes the hand will look a little bit funky because of the stitch line. That's just the way 360 cameras work. You cannot get rid of the stitch line, but you don't see the stick in the video, do you? No. Yeah, my hand looks funny because I'm holding it out in front of me like I'm, I don't know, I'm holding something in my hand, which I am. You just can't see it. So that's the first one. I'll check. The second one, this guy says, "Why are you just walking 5 miles? You should walk 10. Usa. Well, obviously this person has not watched my beginning videos or any of my other videos. So let me clarify. I have walked anywhere from 1/4 mile in a day, which was the day I had AFib. I only made it 1/4 mile, and I had to stop and go to the doctor, ended up in the ER, okay? But I made it up the following day, plus some. The extreme day, back in 2021, I walked 21 miles in one day. One morning, 21 miles. So I have walked the gamut of it, but I have a 5.53 average per day, every single day for 988 straight days. The reason I walk 5 is because even at 67 years old, I am not retired. I'm still working, and I will continue to work. So in order to catch daylight, because this, for those of you who've seen the videos with me with the headlight on, that just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So for me to catch the earliest daylight possible so that I can get back, shower, and go to work, I have to get up at 5:30. Now, if I want to walk 10, I'm gonna have to get up at 3:30 or probably 4. I'm not gonna do that. I can do that, and I have done that, but I'm not gonna do it consistently. It's just, there's no need. 5 miles is getting it done. And I guess my question to this person is, have you walked 6,133 miles since April of 2021, or 5,335 miles since February 26th of 2023? That would be my question. And I don't want to be snarky, but I mean, that's just fact. I have walked over 6,000 miles since I started walking in April of 2021, and 5,335 consistently without missing a single solitary day since February 26th of 2023. So hope that answers that question. And then there's the next one. This person says, I just watched a video and it says people over 60 shouldn't walk because they'll have joint pain and surgery. Well, again, April of 2021, I was 63 years old. And I walked 873 miles that year in 5 months, including that 21-mile day I just mentioned earlier. I got up at 3 a.m. and walked till 11 that day, nonstop. I was hurting. I mean, that's just common, but no joint pain or any of that. And I have not missed a day since February 26, 2023. 12 days away from 1,000 days. I've been to the doctor. I've been checked out. There is no joint pain. All my labs are in the green. And the ER doctor told me when I had AFib, which was just a one-off virus that caused it, he said, keep doing what you're doing, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. I'm okay with that. And then he said, well, you know, I ride a spinner inside of my house. You should do that. No. So just to be redundant, last year I was working in Myrtle Beach. There was a hurricane. I went to the gym. I got on the treadmill. I lasted 5 minutes. I have to be outside. I don't care if it's raining. I don't care if it's snowing. I just don't care. I'm going to be outside. This is part of who I am. It's the adventure. I mean, I'm walking in freaking Tucson, Arizona, for crying out loud. And I've already made up my mind. I'm going back to the Linda Vista Trail Saturday, and I'm going to tackle that trail again without falling. I hope. So, again, I know these people aren't hating on me, and they're just asking simple questions. I get it. But I am different. I've got friends that will agree with that. I think different, I act different, I'm going to be different. That's just who I am. I don't like blending in. I like to be different. So I appreciate the concern for my joint health. You know, walking 10 miles per day, and you know, I walked 7.5 Sunday. And I think that's the video who was commenting on, you know, you need to do 10. Well, no. 5 is good. Very, very few people on the planet, and I know there are others, but there's a small group of people that can say they've walked 988 straight days without missing a single day, averaging 5.53 miles per day. There just aren't many that can say that. And I'm good with that. So, you know, this channel is going to be an open forum. If you're going to hate on me, and again, these people weren't hating on me, but the hate's coming. If you're going to hate on me, bring it. But I'm going to respond to it. I'm not going to lay back and wallow and cower. No. I'm going to respond to it. I'll be professional. I'm not going to call anybody any names. I'm not going to make anybody feel bad, but I'm going to address whatever comment comes to me. I'm going to address it in an open forum if I feel like it's warranted. I think that's fair. So that's it for today. I hope all of you have a fantastic day. I know I'm going to. I'm going to make it a fantastic day. because I got to get some numbers up so I can come back out here. I like it out here too much. Anyway, y'all have a great day. Godspeed. And as always, peace.